Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday evening. Only a week away from Thanksgiving. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. If you're joining me live this evening, I should be streaming on a couple different places. This is the first time I'm ever doing this. I'm going to be streaming live over on YouTube, Instagram, as well as Facebook. I'm not quite sure exactly where those are going to go or who's going to get alerts. But I would love for you to join me, and particularly over on YouTube, because I think that's where I'm going to be able to see the majority of your comments. I would love if you liked, subscribed, commented, hung out with me for a little bit, because we are going to be sharing a big thing that's happening for us here at Thunderbird Handcrafted, and that's what's staying and what's changing. And so I'm excited to go over it with you all. I'm excited to kind of see how everybody is doing, how everyone's getting along in their holidays, because I feel like, I don't know about you, but today I was kind of like, oh my gosh, it's only a week away. It's like this year's just gone so fast. But if you're new here, if you're just catching this live or you're catching this on a replay, my name is Genavieve, and my business is Thunderbird Handcrafted, and we focus on not only hand-dyed, but also organic, eco-friendly, USA milled fabrics. And so I am very excited to kind of share with you what we have going on for the new year, because our main focus in those realms is to create things that are cozy, crafty, and just a little bit of nostalgia and wonder for you all. Because why not make our sewing a little bit more magical with those things? So, hi, Jackie. Hi, Sybil. I'm going to see if I figured I would put my Instagram over here. See if we are live over on Instagram. It's like not coming up. So I wonder if it's not working over there. Not sure. And we're live over, I think we're live over on Facebook too. Hey, Dawn. So I'm going to share my screen with you guys. The biggest thing, and I did throw it in the comments, the link for our holiday pop-up shop. So something a little different, and mainly because our business, because we are a small shop, it's just me, DJ, my mother-in-law. Whenever I convince the kids to help me, Apollo, he's usually not much help. Hey, Janie. Hi, Lee. So, it's just us. And so doing something like a big Black Friday sale or a big Cyber Monday sale, like that just isn't feasible for us. And I really think it's important as a small shop to, really be honest about that. Like, our margins are not Walmart margins. They're not even, the margins of a shop of a brick and mortar that can have inventory like that. And so I don't know why it's not showing up on Instagram. It's saying that it's checked mark, so who knows? Maybe I'm showing up on someone else's Instagram. um, so I just really wanted to come in and just talk a little bit, like, not necessarily that we are doing Black Friday, a Small Business Saturday, and Cyber Money a little different than last year. Last year, we kind of just focused. We had a couple things that were, for holiday shopping weekend. And we always do our last chance pre-order during this time frame for you all. But we thought this year we would maybe kind of curate a little pop-up shop that not only has some things for those of us who are makers. The thing my husband really loves is that we wrap up kind of like it's like fabrics, and we're going to add some notions and some other little things this year that it's kind of like a mystery package. He said that, if he won't, we will. And what he means by that is that if he won't wrap you something and surprise you under the tree, we'll wrap you something and surprise you under the tree. So we'll have those, which are they're like a huge deal. Like we really give some savings there, because it's like at least 2.5, if not 3 yards of fabric. And now we're adding some notions and some other things. We'll also have in there some new debuting things for 2026. So if you're on that holiday pop-up shop wait list, not our regular email list, you have to go sign up for the holiday pop-up shop. He's a good guy. He's a good guy, even if he doesn't wrap presents. um, so we will have some things that are going to be new to our shop. So if you want first access to that, you have to be on that list, not just our regular email list, because you'll get first access to that on the 25th. So I did throw that link in here, and if you scan the little QR code right right there, it'll take you to that, and you can sign up for that. So if you want to see what we have going on, I highly recommend that you do want to see, because there's some really special things we're going to talk a little bit about. I'll give you a little bit more hints into it. But that's what we're doing for Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. If you're on that list, you get first access to it. There's also going to be curated gifts in there for those of us who are makers, who want to give things that are unique, but maybe we don't have the time. It's sewing crunch time, or crafty crunch time to make things for people. If you don't have the time, we do have a couple things in there that are like already pre-made, but exclusive to our shop, that can be really great gifts for people as well. So, and the best thing about this is that everything in the holiday pop-up shop will have free shipping. And that was really where we could see we could provide savings to everybody versus some big discount, because we really don't have the margins to do big discounts. And shipping has gone up this year, but we thought this would be the one place and the one time of year where we could do that for you. So if you want to take advantage of that, make sure you're on the holiday pop-up shop waitlist, so that you can take advantage of it. Oh my gosh, there are new comments. My internet isn't keeping up. Oh, Jessica, I'm sorry. I always forget if I have signed up for lists. Go sign up for it again. Why not? Yeah, why not? My thing with lists, and this is where like I never feel slighted by people who like unsubscribe. Like I feel like it's just anything. Like if you only want to be on my list for the holidays, then only be on the list for the holidays. It's like I totally get it. I fully understand. So definitely take advantage of that, because that's like the really big thing that's going to start next week. Tonight at midnight Eastern time, our last chance pre-order starts, which we're going to talk about first. But I am going to share my screen because I made a slideshow. So let me figure out how I do this. Oh, let's see. Where is it at? No. Yes, there we go. Okay, I'm going through the millions of tabs that I have open on my computer here. Okay, so what's changing? What's staying? I had a really hard time with this, you guys. For those of you who follow me for the past 5-ish years, I think we're going on 5 years now. I had a really hard time like thinking about like ways that we could still give you what we felt we wanted to give you, but also in the realm of, I shared this on Instagram, the realm of I want things to be a little bit easier on our end, like to make things a little bit more streamlined, but not have that affect you. So that's really that was kind of the goal, okay, of what we were up to. You and Katie with the slideshow. It's easy. You know what it is? It's perimenopause. You forget what you want to say. And if you have it wrote down, it's way easier to remember. So feel free. Oh, I have a kitty. Feel free to leave a comment and let me know, like in the comments, if there's anything you have questions about or so forth. All right. Oh, he's a little devil child. You know that? Yeah. Where's Apollo? Huh? Go ahead. Here, play with this little bag. There you go. All right. So there's a lot of stuff that's staying for 2026. But there are some things that are changing. So let's talk first and foremost about last chance pre-order. this is something we've been doing now. Gosh, how long have we been doing Last Chance Pre-Order? I want to say 3-4 years. So Last Chance Pre-Order is where we have over 200 different designs that we've had this year, that we released, that are retiring, that we are not bringing them back for 2026. And this is your time to say, like, well, I really love that one. I know I definitely want to do a project with that one. This is your time to take advantage of getting those on any of our bases as well. So if you have your little fabric sample pack, this is where you're going to use that and decide what designs do I want on what bases and so forth. So, and if you don't have a fabric sample pack, hi Julie. If you don't have a fabric sample pack, all you do is you go on my website, you boop the snoot of Apollo when he flies out the side, sign up. Oh my goodness, he's so bad. Sign up to get this. You get there's a code. All you do is pay shipping, and we send you the fabric sample pack. So the big thing that is changing with Last Chance Pre-Order is this is your last time that you're going to be able to get on pre-order Luxe Sateen. I'm trying to think. Luxe Sateen, did I put it on the next page? I did. Luxe Sateen, Sports Lycra, and Brush Cotton. This is why you have a slideshow, people. So let me give you a little bit of a background of why. So our pre-order will last from tomorrow, from November 20th until December 5th. The turnaround time for pre-order, let me backtrack a bit. The turnaround time for pre-order is 7 weeks from the close, so 7 weeks from December 5th. However, our goal with our Last Chance pre-order is always to get it out to you by that first week of January. So I don't expect it to be that you're waiting 7 weeks. We usually never make you wait 7 weeks unless something happens. So just keep that in mind as well. But these are the 3 that we will no longer be offering on our regular pre-orders that we have 3 times a year next year. And there's some reasons. So demand is one of the first ones. We don't see these 3 ordered as much as what we had in the beginning. I think there's some reasons behind that. There's ones that people really just love. Our book lover panels are really popular now. So I think some of that is the reasoning behind it. I know that there are people sad about some of these being retired, because there are some people, I know you, that one of these is the thing you order every time on pre-order. And this is where I really struggled, because I want to be able to give you what you like and what you want. But at the same time, the demand for it, but also the shrinkage of these require us to buy an extra yard every time to make sure you're not shorted. And that's just because in the eco-friendly printing process, that is what happens. And so we would end up with extra yardage of these, and not really have someone necessarily that we knew was going to want it in that style or that design. So that is why they're going away. However, my plan with this is, because I do love all 3 of these bases for some very specific things. And so I figured next year we're going to plan some. If you remember last December, we had a very short denim pre-order for some designs, which we're going to do again and give you a sneak peek of some designs for 2026 in December. We're going to do some shorter ones like that. So just keep that in mind, that if there's, something that I'm like, oh, this is like a good time of year to like do a Luxe Sateen pre-order. I might pick like our most popular designs, and then make it that you can get that. But I do think we'll also, maybe we'll see how it goes next year. Maybe we'll bring these 3 back always for last chance pre-order. We'll see how it goes. But that's really the reasons why is one, shrinkage. We have to buy an extra yard every time you buy a yard, we buy an extra yard just in case, depending on whatever, if it's a heavy print, sometimes it shrinks more than what we feel is acceptable. The same way with the sport lycra. Brush cotton just was not popular anymore. I love it in dyed, so it's not going away in dyed. The softness of it is wonderful. But we might bring it back as well for other things. So I see people, I know the people. Jackie, I know you were one. She's like, I'm glad I have a bunch stocked up. Yeah. So this will be the last time that I'm going to say definitely you'll be able to get, and don't feel like oh, I'm not going to order it because we have to order an extra yard. Don't, that we choose to do that. We do have on our website to account for shrinkage when you're purchasing fabric, any type of print fabric. You should really be thinking about that. So when you do pre-orders, but for us, we just felt like it would be only right by us to do that. So think about that. So brush cotton is one of my favorites in dyed. It's so soft. It's so lovely. But those are the three that we're going to be retiring. So let's just play our little sad violin and let's be happy and move on. Okay. Because there's a lot of good things coming. The other thing with this is because our basket weave and our Kona cotton, which is the true Kaufman Kona cotton, which I know some people are like, what do you mean by that? Quilters will know what I mean by that. Our Kaufman Kona cotton is it's a grade where you could use it for the exterior of bags. So definitely feel confident that it's not a basic cotton woven. But we have started stocking and keeping an inventory of a decent amount of our designs in both half yard cuts of basket weave to save you money. That's for you bag makers. And also yard cuts of Kona. So just keep that in mind, that those things we're trying to keep some inventory of. So if you want something when there isn't a pre-order, hopefully you'll be able to get it, at least in those two bases. All right. So that is that. Let's see, what's our next slide? Oh, apparel sewing. So let's talk about this. So everybody who's been following me knows, yes, I love Kona for PJs. Ooh, yeah, that's a good. I actually had an idea today for a pair of PJs, Sarah, and I'm quite excited. I just need to find the time to do it. Okay. So apparel sewing. So a couple weeks ago, Jordan and I did our first apparel sewing live. We made hoodies. I debuted some kits at Salty Sews. We still have some kits available. They are now actually in our sale section of our website. So they're on sale right now. But the more I started looking at like the things I have planned for 2026, and also just Jordan and I going over things, I really felt, because she's a big help to me and like making things happen. She's kind of like my second brain that I go over things with. And we really felt like the kits, although they're great, it's a lot for us to cut an inventory. And I would rather tell you, we are going to be sewing this pattern on this month and allow you to either pre-order what you need for it in whatever design you want, or share with you, like, this is the design we're using. If you want it, you can get it on a pre-order and then have it in time for those live sews. So just to make it a little bit easier on our end, but still create an opportunity for all of us to learn apparel sewing together, those of you who are coming on this journey with me. So let me just share. I think I can just change. Can I change? Nope. I have to change the screen. All right, let's see. Stop sharing. Hi, everybody. Gotta love technology. Share screen. Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm going to take you to our website. So here's the holiday pop-up shop waitlist. This is where you go and sign up for it. Okay. It's right here. You click on there. That's where you go. All right. So on the main page of our website, you're going to see our last chance pre-order. Right now it says everything is sold out because that won't show that you can pre-order it until pre-order opens. But these are the 200 plus designs. You go down here, you can click view all. Our book lover panels are also a part of last chance pre-order. However, none of them are retiring. It's really just if you want to pre-order any of them. Okay. We have been trying to keep some inventory of them, but some of the popular ones still do sell out. Here's the apparel. So December, we have one kit left of our Bougie Chickens kit. This is with a French terry fleece. It's like a real fuzzy sweatshirt fleece. We are going to be doing the Tammy Revolution hoodie. So you can click right here. This kit has enough to do this hoodie for all the sizes. Okay. So you don't have to worry about figuring out like how much do you need. But then we do have our Galentine's Day apparel sew is going to be the James pullover by Petite Stitchery. So that's these designs here, this Gal Pal postage. This is an exclusive design to our shop that we worked with an artist on. You have to get on here and read the different stamps. It's really cute, like Ride or Die Girls Club, Girls Night Out, Gal Pals. It's super, super cute. But I have here like up to size 1X, you need 3 yards. Anything over it, you need 4 yards. However, if you want to block it, so if this is a blocked hoodie, like a half zip, half button hoodie or half button sweater pullover, whatever we're going to call it, the top part you could block with corduroy, denim, or basket weave if you wanted to. So keep that in mind. You would need a half yard. So you would need to pre-order a full yard of those if you want to do a blocking, and you would still need your 3 yards of anything else. So that's February for Valentine's Day. And then April, we don't have a date yet when we're doing that one, but we're going to do the Aspen Fleece Vest by 5 out of 4 patterns. And we have here like up to 2X, you need 3 yards. Anything over, you need 4 in knits. So we were going to do these here are our cozy bookish friends for March, and it can be made into a reversible vest. So we figured like one side could be this, the other side could be this. You could do a French terry and a Nico knit, whatever you want to do. But those are there for you to go and check out. Does anybody have any questions about that? And I feel like that way you can go look at the patterns. You can decide what size you need, what yardage you need, and so forth. You don't have to choose those designs if you don't want to, but you could choose totally other designs that we have on pre-order, but we're kind of sharing with you, this is what we're doing. And these are the designs that we're going to be doing. Sybil says the book lover panels are my most favorite thing ever. They are mine too. I love them. I feel like they're like the perfect size. I know like I really wanted them to be that they were for smaller projects, like not necessarily for big projects. And I feel like we hit the mark there for smaller panels, for smaller projects. I also love Odie coding them. If you don't know what Odie coat is, you need to watch some of my YouTube videos. I share about Odie coat there. It really gives it like a nice water resistant canvas feel. Yes, you love to be able to use them for multiple projects. Yeah, you can use them like from home decor to everything. Like Sarah, you've done some really cute little like home decor projects with it. And for apparel, she said, and Sarah does do a lot of apparel too, 2 yards of fabric. I want that way. I have some left over. How many layers of Odie coat do I use for my bags? Let me go grab one of my, so I just did a bunch of retro slings by Can Do Crafts. This is just one layer, and I find that it's like just enough to make it that it's like a wipe resistant. So that's all I do is one layer of it. I know some people do like multiple layers. I feel like multiple layers make it, I don't know, I just feel like it gets kind of thick, and I've noticed that sometimes it'll not gum up my needle, but like it'll kind of come off on my needle, like flake off, right? One coat seems to be just enough for the sailcloth. So that's what I recommend. Okay, so that's the apparel. So if you're interested in that, if you have questions about that, feel free to send me a DM or post something in the group, whatever, and we'll go from there. Okay. Hi again. I'm back. I'm going to share my screen again. We're going to continue to go back and forth. Let's see. Share screen. Okay. Back to the slideshow so that I remember what I'm doing. So again, don't panic. We're still doing apparel sewing. It's still a huge goal of mine. I just felt like the curating of kits kind of made it that's what you had to do. And we offer French terry. We offer eco knit in both print and in dyed fabric. So you could totally do something fun with some of our eco knit and our dyed to like coordinate with a print. We also have throughout the year, we have different types of apparel fabrics dyed as well. So from the layered gauze to the challis fabric, I'm trying to think of like the small box thermal or large box thermal. So if you snag some of those and you want to participate in the apparel sews, I figured it's just easier to let you guys choose what you want, but to tell you what patterns we plan on doing. And I do believe that James pullover is on sale right now. So go check it out because it's definitely very on trend because blocking is back, baby. All right. So that's that. All right, next thing is let's talk about shipping insurance and shipping talks. I know this isn't sexy, but it's something that needs to be talked about because I think in the time we're living in, you guys spend your hard-earned money on stuff from us. We're spending our hard-earned money on inventory and stocking things and purchasing what we need. And shipping can become a beast, and shipping has gone up. So the one thing we have added to our website is shipping insurance. Now, I want to show you where it's at on the website so you can see that you can opt out of it. However, here's what I'll say. It's out of our hands, okay? There's really not much we can do if your package gets lost. We can report it. You should report it, okay? But there's not a whole lot. Once it's out of our hands, once we take it to the post office, once it's on its way, there's not a whole lot we can do. But the shipping insurance can help because then we can actually file a claim on our end as well through our website and maybe help you track it down or get some of your money back. So that's what shipping insurance is. I don't make that money. It just goes to the company that manages it and so forth. So I do recommend if you have an order over $100, it might be smart to leave the shipping insurance on, but it really is your choice. So let me share that as well. So I'm going to have to stop and go back and find the page with our website so I can show you what that looks like. Okay, so say I was going to buy this Bougie Chicks kit. All right, so we have the red one left, which it's so cute, you guys. So cute. And the sweatshirt fleece, I was thinking about putting it on pre-order, but this one does have a fair amount of shrinkages as well. It also make sure when you wash this, if you got one of these kits, that you clean out your dryer and your washer because it's fuzzy. So here, we're going to add it to our cart. All right, you're going to see it is on sale. And right down here it has checkout, and then there's a plus $2.15 for package protection. If you want to opt out of that, you right here it says continue without package protection. Okay, so that's what you would do. All right, so then you could opt out of it. If you want to keep it, you just hit checkout and then it gets added to your order. Okay, so just keep that in mind when you're shopping this holiday, not just for my website, but all other small shops, because we really can't control. We can only do what we can do to make sure that your address is correct, that, and that's also I would encourage you to do that as well. I actually purchased some of Jolie Creations little her new wristlet things, and I sent them to someone else because I didn't check that from the last time I used that card to buy something online. I had shipped something to someone else, and my little wristlet things went to that person, aka Jordan. And so just keep that in mind, to just double check those things when you're shopping this holiday season, because it is really important to just pay attention to that. Okay. And that's the best way that we can help you in if a package is lost is through that shipping insurance. Okay. All right, let's see what next. So yeah, so again, once it leaves our hands, out of our control, but that route insurance can give you a little bit peace of mind. Again, our holiday pop-up shop, everything will have free shipping. So definitely, if you want to save money on shipping, make sure you're on their holiday pop-up shop wait list so you can take advantage of it. And here's the thing that's going to make me cry. I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I'm ready. Okay. So, dynamic fabric kits. So dynamic fabric kits have been a part of our shop since we started, like selling fabric. It all started with a little class in Texas on doing indigo dyed fabric. I came home, I had extra of that fabric, and I created the first dynamic fabric kit. It had indigo and yellow dyed fabric. If you still have it, you're an OG. And I think the next month we did the watermelon party, and like half of it was that original fabric that I had got to teach that class, and then the other half was the beginning of working with our organic milled fabric here. So they've had a couple evolutions, but what we're seeing lately is many of you either want the dyed fabric, you want the prints, you want the tags. I've been finding that them together isn't what people want. So we're going to give you what we think you want. And so starting in January, so still in December, we're going to have a dynamic fabric kit yet. But starting in January, we will no longer have a dynamic fabric kit. Every month, it's going to look a little different for you guys. So just so you know, the dynamic fabric kits are limited edition. So the ones we have on our website right now will never be again. They are, when you really look at what all is in it, you're actually getting everything out of savings. So keep that in mind. And it's 2.5 yards of dyed fabrics that coordinate. It's 2 fat quarters and then a cork tag or some type of extra, and our color theory cards, which is really the part that was the hardest for me to let go of, which I'm sure all of you are like, it's a piece of paper, Jenna. Why do you care? And so I just had one here earlier, and I moved it because I was cutting out a piece of apparel today. But our color theory cards are really showing you how to coordinate the colors that are in there with colors in your stash. And so that was the hardest part for me to say, like, oh, I feel like this is a value that I give to you all that maybe isn't always thought about. You still have your tea towel from Texas. That's wonderful. Simple. So yeah, I really wanted to figure a way, how do we continue with encouraging you all to coordinate your colors and to think about color story and to think about color theory without the dynamic fabric kit being what it is. So here's what's happening. Here's what's changing and how it's changing. So starting in January, actually starting in December, this will be happening in December, just the dynamic fabric kit will still be in December. Okay, so dye drops are moving from the 1st of the month to the 10th of the month. This is really one for me, because I feel like, I mean, I'm just probably in my brain, I'm probably just moving the 1st to the 10th. But sometimes I feel like the 1st of the month drops, they can be sometimes really hard for people depending on what day it is. It also is just, it's the 1st of the month. And so I always have to feel like I have to get rushed to get ready for that. So dye drops, we're going to move from the 1st of the month to the 10th of the month. We will still have every month a colorway, so that like my dyed fabric drops, where they can kind of, they're like I mix dyes to create a colorway on different bases. So the denim, the corduroy, the eco knit, the brush cotton, you know, all of those different bases, we will still have a colorway drop on the 10th of every month. Okay. But now we're going to be adding 2 individual colors, okay, half yards in a specific base on the same day. So just like when you guys have ordered the oh gosh, the glow in the dark or the butterbeer, there will be one like purchase button with that colorway and what that colorway looks like, because they won't be tied in different ways. They'll all be tied the same. And you'll be able to order up to 20 of them will be available. So just like, there'll be 25 of the main featured colorway, and there'll be 20 of each of the solid colors, but tie-dye is never, ice dye is never a solid color, but the main, like those 2 colors that coordinate, just like what would be in a dynamic fabric kit, but now you'll be able to get them individually. They'll still be half yards, but you'll be able to get them individual if you want. We'll also be selling separately. You'll be able to now get your prints that I've chosen that coordinate with those 2 colored dyed fabrics. They will be on our pre-orders. So you'll be able to pre-order those designs all year next year on our pre-orders. So I know a lot of times people would ask me for that. So the first 6 months of our releases, there will be designs that coordinate with those colors. We will also have coordinating fat quarter packs available up until July, because I have people who just like the fat quarter packs. And then there will be limited edition tags that go along with those up until July as well, that you'll be able to purchase individually like we had done in the past. But those will only be until we sell out of those. Okay, so that was the big one. I feel like slightly sick. Hoping that people will be excited about that you'll be able to get those colors on their own, that you'll be able to get the prints that coordinate with them on your own during pre-orders. So hopefully that's something you guys are excited about. Let's see. And then those pieces, like say one of those colors is a brush cotton, they will be the same price as what they would be if they were part of like the colorway of the month, you know. So, you know, no pricing is going to change there. It's going to be the same price. So you'll be able to piece together a dynamic fabric kit if you want to, but you'll be able to get them individually as well. All right. What's next? So this is the big one. So again, I was telling you, I felt like I was kind of cheating on the color theory card when I decided what we were going to do with the dynamic fabric kit. And I was like, I just feel like I can't go back on this. It's just something I feel when I do talk with people about it, when we do dive into color theory or color coordinating, it is something that people either say to me like, Jenna, I feel like I can never match colors. I can never coordinate things. Like this card really helps me. There's some people who keep them kind of like recipe cards. And then, there's other people who it wasn't their thing, but they really like the collecting of the dynamic fabric kits. So we decided that every month over on Patreon, in the holiday pop-up shop, there's going to be something that if you purchase it, you will get free access to the highest level of my Patreon. And what that's going to include is every month in 2026 over in Patreon, there is going to be a color challenge. And it's going to be something fun where you there will be physical things you get to collect around it, but then we also will be doing a live Zoom over with just people that are in that highest level of Patreon to coordinate and make things around those colors. So if you're not in the holiday pop-up shop, again, there is a lot of fun things that are going to be there. And this is a part of something, the handcrafted post. And there's more to it than that. You'll have to wait and see next week. But this is kind of one of the big things that we're doing for 2026. So make sure that you're signed up for that holiday pop-up shop, which brings me here again. We will have a mail club. Early access for the mail club does start next week. Make sure you're on the holiday pop-up shop. And that's pretty much what I have to share. There will be more coming next week as we dive into the holiday shopping week and as we start talking about the holiday pop-up shop. But really, thank you. If you have been following me, whether it's from like the first time I went on YouTube, because, before this, I was doing dyed fabric stuff. I was doing crafting stuff. We were sharing our farm over on YouTube. So if you have followed me from that time on, or if you've just started to follow me from finding this, we really appreciate you. We are a small family-run business out of our basement right now. We're hoping to have a studio built someday. But it really is just us. Okay. And so trying to find ways that we can build connection with you. One of our biggest values and like goals is to stay with US milled fabrics, working with US manufacturers. That is not a new thing from any reason of the times. Am I grateful that that was something that I cared about at the beginning? Sure. But it's birthed out of me being a part of ethical fashion and really wanting to know the chain that my things came to me and then to feel good when I send it to you. So please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I am so excited about Evie and the handcrafted post. You're not going to want to miss it. It will be a monthly mail club, low dollar amount. I wanted something that could really just bring you a little bit of joy each month, because I feel like that's what we need. So, yeah, that's what's happening. I'm so glad for you all to be here. I'm going to come back. And if you have any questions in the comments, feel free to throw some questions in there, whether it's about a different fabric base, because I figure I'll stay on here for like another 10 minutes or so. If you do have any questions, if you have questions about bases, you have questions about last chance pre-order, if you have questions about the holiday pop-up shop, if you haven't signed up for my 5K giveaway over on Instagram, go over and do it now, because I'm going to pick the winner when we're done with this. If you have questions about the fabric sample pack, whatever it might be, throw them in the comments. About the apparel sews, this is your time to ask away. And while you're thinking of questions, I'll also put in here a question for you. Other than fabric, what do you collect? Because I feel like this, whenever I ask this question, people are like, I collect fabric. Well, sort of you do, because you probably eventually use that fabric. Maybe it's 10 years from now, but eventually we use fabric. Is there something you collect? And I did post this over on my Instagram, so if you answered over there, thank you. But I would love to know, like, if you collect something, because I think like little trinkets and little treasures, they can really mean a lot. You know, like I collect a couple of things. I collect like sea glass, rocks, just random rocks if they look like they have like a heart shape, or something. In my yard, I'll pick it up and bring it in the house and sit it over on my dresser. You know, like, do you collect socks? I collect fuzzy socks. Disney pins, that's a good one. I feel like I just started collecting Disney pins, but I mainly collect them because I think that I'm going to put them on a bag. And then I've only done it once, and then it broke. And I wasn't happy about that. So I feel like the collecting part of them is probably the best thing to not be sad about it. So patterns, could we say that we collect patterns? I feel books. I collect books. I know that's for sure. I collect books. Stickers. I do collect stickers. Anybody else feel like once you have a mug that you're like, you put stickers on, like you want to get a new mug to put stickers on? Witchy stuff. That's a good one. That's a good one. Stickers. Yeah, stickers are, I feel like I never grew out of that. I had a girlfriend in high school. She might actually watch this if this is on Facebook. I had a girlfriend in high school, well, elementary school too. She collected pencils. And I mean, she had the best pencil collection I've ever seen in my life. It was so awesome. Like, it was one of those things where I was like as a kid, she had like Tupperware bins underneath her bed filled with different pencils. It was so cool. Stickers, bags. You collect bags, and you're a bag maker, Jamie. Christmas tree ornaments. That's a really good one. From our travels, that's a really good one. And you know, if you're wondering why there's always a Christmas shop places, that's why, because there's a lot of people, I think, who do that. Writing utensils, yep, pens, pencils, highlighter, race, medals. That's a hard one collection, Julie. Mugs and water bottles. My daughter thinks I guess I do kind of collect them. But my daughter was yelling at me the other day. She's like, how many of these do you need? It's not about need. Sweatshirts. I feel sweatshirts are definitely like hoodies. I feel like that's probably something I collect as an adult. Papers, Jamie. You gave a lot of your sticker collection to your niece who teaches first grade. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. I'm sure there were some gems in your sticker collection, Antoinetta. Earrings. I collect earrings. I have a lot of like fun wild earrings. I don't wear them a lot, but I did just get a pair of really great earrings. Well, 2 pairs of really great earrings, one for Thanksgiving and one for Christmas. So I'll make sure I wear them. Crocs. There are a lot of people who collect Crocs, and I understand now owning several pairs of Crocs. Well, 3 pairs. I own 3 pairs. I shouldn't say several. I own a few pairs. But I do understand the reasoning, because I've been thinking about, I kind of need like the fuzzy Crocs now for winter. I understand that. All right. I think it's important, like, think about collections. One of the things I really would love to collect is like little shelf trinkets. I feel like I'm soon in that season of my life where I could see like going thrifting or, looking to collect little things that go on a shelf. The dusting part is what keeps me from doing it, but it is cute and nice. Jeannie's like, I don't want to tell you how many pairs I have. The other thing I've seen people collect is Pyrex, which I think is so cool when you actually like see people who have like a full collection, like all the different colors. Tiki masks, that's cool. Oh, you're good, Jackie. So anyways, I just wanted you to think about like what you collect. And I think the biggest thing about collection is that it should bring you joy. And so that's when you say, I collect fabric. Well, okay, but does the fabric bring you joy? And that's really the key of this is if you're spending your money on something that brings you joy and you have that ability to do that, that's not a bad thing. It's bringing you a little bit of joy, and then when you go and use it, it brings you some more joy. Thimbles is a good, thimbles and teaspoons. That's like old school. Actually, I have all of my Nana's, because this was her sister's sewing machine, but then when she passed away, I got all of them. So I have a bunch of my Nana's thimbles. Do I use them? No, because she had super tiny, skinny fingers. But they're in there, like she's with me in my sewing room. Dust collector, some people say. Yeah, I guess. But again, if it brings you joy, then you probably are happy to dust it, is the way I look at it. So I just wanted you guys to think about that. I know this time of year can get really stressful, can get really crazy. And I wanted you to think about like a collection, whether it is your fabric stash or it is something else, is meant to bring you joy. And that's the whole goal. So in 2026, we're hoping to bring you some little parcels of joy. And the best way to know what those parcels could be is by signing up for the Last Chance pre-order and the holiday pop-up shop. So make sure that you go over and sign up for that. I can pop the link again here in the comments for everybody. If you are not on this list, please get on it. And you'll learn more next week about little Evie, our owl, who is going to be delivering those little parcels of joy. Okay. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me tonight live. I am going to go over and pull the name of the winner of the 5K giveaway, which is, if you weren't in my stories, I'll share. It's some bookish sockies, some Lord of the Rings socks. It's a record reflector book for 3 years worth of reflecting. Some cork tags that are Lord of the Rings themed. The big thing I'm giving away is I got one of our book lover panels signed by Sam Wise himself. My husband is like, why are you giving this away? Okay, so one of those book lover panels that's signed by him. One of our new book lover panels, which is the Baggins Bookshop, some stickers. And then the big thing, which if you are on the holiday pop-up shop waitlist, you're going to get first access to the limited edition bookish blankies that you can either gift to yourself or gift to someone else. But I have to tell you, you should gift one to yourself because they're amazing. And I've been cuddling up with mine. Mine's here on my chair for the past month and a half. But it's a 60 by 80 blankie, Sherpa blankie. This is the one we're giving away. It's the Fellowship map. And then it has this really beautiful fuzzy on the back. And like I said, again, everything in the holiday pop-up shop will be free shipping. So make sure you're on the list. All right. I'm going to go. I love you all. Have a great night.